start off with the flag presentations we have tonight. We have the honor of doing two service people. Pete, if you could start off the ceremonies.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Would you and the Marine Corps League Patriot Detachment, Veterans Advisory Commission members, and any other veterans in the room that would like to please join me on the floor? Right here. Tonight we have two flag ceremonies, a welcome home flag exchange and a deployment flag placement. With appearance of Army Major Kevin Loughnane, Pat, and Bill, and appearance of Kelsey Glover, Kay, and Kevin, and if Caitlin and Paul would like to come on up here to join us. As many of you know, this all began 15 years ago on April 23, 2003, when the Board of Supervisors introduced our Northampton Patriots flag program to honor our Northampton residents serving in Operation Iraqi Freedom. Back then, we knew of 24 such residents, and as of today, due to the expansion of our program to include Afghanistan and other hostile areas, we know of 85. Behind the dais is a flag display holding both military and American flags, 85 of them. At one time, all were military flags, each representing the branch of service and identifying the resident with a yellow streamer with his or her name affixed to it. As each one returns home, and so far 84 have, we return his or her military flag and replace it with an American flag. After tonight, there will be 86 total flags, with one of them an armed services flag that will be awaiting return to its representative, and that will be an Air Force flag. First, we will welcome home Army Major Kevin Loughnane, who returned from his deployment to stateside on February 5th. This was Kevin's third deployment to a combat area. The first one was to Iraq in 2009, and the second one was also in Afghanistan in 2012. He currently is at Fort Wainwright, Alaska, could not be here personally to once again retrieve his flag, his Army flag, and replace it in the display with the U.S. flag. His mother, Pat, and Bill are here to retrieve Kevin's Army flag, which Chairman Moore is holding and took out of the display a few minutes ago, after replacing it with Kevin's U.S. flag. So Barry, please do the honors.
Sure. I'd like to give this flag back to you. It's always a great honor to be a flag back. And we certainly appreciate all the efforts that Kevin has made doing 3 deployments, and I'm very honored to be able to give this back to you. So, thank you.
We also have some special guests for commendations. Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick's Veterans Advocates Peter Chong and Vern Ryder, and State Senator Tommy Tomlinson's Policy Director Brian Scottless. Is that close enough, Ryan?
Very good, Pete. Thank you.
Peter, you want to go first?
Sure.
I just wanted to express the Congressman's regret that he could not be here this evening. He is in Washington, D.C., doing the good work to help all of us here in the Northampton Township. And I'm going to hand this over to Peter, who's his full-time veterans rep.
Flag of the United States of America flown over the United States Capitol at the request of the Honorable Brian Fitzpatrick, Member of Congress, proudly presents to Major Loughnane, United States Army, in recognition of his service with the 18th Combat Brigade during his third tour of duty in Afghanistan. Presented February 28, 2018.
And Ryan?
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody from Northampton, supervisors, Mr. and Mrs. Loughnane. On behalf of Senator Thompson, first of all, I'd like to offer an apology for making these title a few meetings. But he wanted to send me here. And I have a Senate certificate as well as a Commonwealth flag. But it can't begin, this isn't enough to say how thankful we are for Major Loughnane's commitment to not only our community, but our country. We're so incredibly blessed to have Major Loughnane as a constituent, and we're so incredibly thankful for his devotion to our country. We will continue to fight for Major Loughnane and make sure anything he needs we can help out with. So on behalf of the Senate of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, please accept this Commonwealth flag and certificate from the Senate. And on behalf, thank you very much.
Okay, Bill, we're back. Would you like to say a few words?
You know me. I don't have too much to say. Been living here quite a long while, and I appreciate everything Pete's done and the supervisors. It's a real honor to be up here. Thanks a lot again.
Okay, now for our second ceremony. A flag placement for Air Force First Lieutenant Kelsey Glover. Lieutenant Glover recently deployed to Qatar, I guess, from MacDill Air Force Base, Tampa, Florida. Her mom, Kay, and dad, Kevin, will be placing Kelsey's personalized Air Force flag in the display, where it will stay until she returns from her deployment to exchange it, just as we did this evening a short time ago. So at this time, Chairman Moore will give you guys Kelsey's flag and will escort you to the display for placement. So Barry,
Sure.
And if you guys want to go up with it, all four,
Sure.
go ahead.
Let's break this. See the flag? Okay. So we're going to place the flag in here.
Mayor Kevin, a few words.
Thank you very much. This is an honor for us representing Kelsey. She's overseas right now. She's excited. She's a tanker pilot, so she's up 9 hours a day refueling aircraft, and it's what she wants to do. So we're happy for her, and thank you for recognizing her.
You played the guitar and you did a song for your sister.
I mean, I wanted to say that no one kicks ass without tanker gas. And that's it.
Yeah, I'd like to say a few words, yeah. As I always say for these ceremonies, it's such a great honor on behalf of the Board of Supervisors, on behalf of the residents, and all the veterans here tonight to see these fine people here before us. And I just can't thank you enough, and I know that all the residents of the township can't thank you enough. I know it's a huge hardship for people, having family members away and all the stress associated with that, but we sincerely appreciate that, and we have a lot of respect for you and also the service people being stationed overseas. One thing I do like, I like seeing a lot of American flags back, and I'm very anxious to come back and get that American flag back and give you back the service flag, because, you know, it's always good to have them home. So I certainly appreciate your help and efforts. Thank you.
I'd like to thank everyone who came out tonight to honor two of our Northampton Patriots. As has been documented so often nowadays, those that serve in our country in the military are at risk whether they're on U.S. soil or foreign soil. Their lives are put on the line each and every day. Northampton and our country are proud of what our military are doing for the freedoms we enjoy here at home. We always mention at these ceremonies that 2 of our Patriots did not make it home safe and sound. And of course, they were Army PFC Bobby Dembowski Jr. and Army Master Sergeant Kenneth Elwell. Their American flags are in that display front and center with a black streamer affixed to them containing their names. We'll never forget Bobby Dembowski and Ken Elwell and the service they gave while paying the ultimate price. Bobby Dembowski 11 years ago on May 24th, 2007, and Ken Elwell almost 7 years ago on July 17, 2011. So Pat and Bill Loughnane, please give our regards to Kevin. Thank him again for his service. To Kay and Kevin Glover, Kelsey is the only one of our Northampton Patriots in harm's way as displayed by the one flag that's in there now, the military flag. We thank you for your enduring service. Hope to see her in the near future for a welcome home and replacing her flag with the U.S. flag. God bless her and all of our troops in harm's way and keep them safe. And thank you everyone again for coming out. Thank you. Does anyone need a photo shot with everybody up here?
No, appreciate it. Thanks again.
Once you get
Take one shot.
Yeah, guys, let's have a group photo. Hold your flags.
Why don't you get closer to Peter?
There you go. Okay, enough paparazzi.
Yeah.
Thanks.